Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of HBM. Last episode, we tackled some new stuff, machinery, in particular for making the next tier of circuits. Well, mostly got it tackled, finished all the way, like out of the way, almost. We just gotta get like one last component and it's done, which is bricks and polymer. Which the bricks easy, polymer not so much because we don't have much in the way of production for that. So we'll have to get rid of our natural gas today because it is clogged up, and we're gonna take a look at putting all this in here in the right order because I'm pretty sure it's got enough space for like that. I think it's built like this. Right, no, it's got the 3 items in there, which are the concrete, polymer, bricks, something else, which I think it just stops at bricks. No, it's cast steel plate, so cast steel plate goes next, and then, yeah, everything else. Okay, so it is just 6 of these, which is impressive. We already have the concrete, so we'll just shove that in there. And then let's go ahead and see about getting the bricks next, because that's going to be the next easiest thing in it. So that will just be some of this. We'll run this through the actual... By this point, in the first series, we had the actual, what is it called? The centrifuge. But this is just, it takes longer nowadays, apparently. Alright, so the next stage to getting this done is to put these in here. Honestly, I like the changes to the circuits, by the way. While we're doing this, I do like the changes to the circuits. It is actually needed, I feel like, because it makes the game... It makes it feel like the circuits are actually... like circuity, like that you're doing stuff to make the circuits. I don't know. So we just need 6 for this, so that'll be a few more tanks of petroleum gas, which I wish we could get to the other stuff by now, but no. So what we're gonna do to deal with all of this stuff in here, because we got all this natural gas, is we're gonna go ahead and pump that into storage of some kind. So we gotta find a solution to that. Best solution I can think of is one of those. It's a little bit insane though. I don't know. So we can make it like 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Boom. Now these are kind of like the steel tanks, except they are able to hold 1600, which is 16 times as much as a steel tank can hold, which we have a few steel tanks in our inventory. We have those in our second slot in the hotbar. It can store about 1000. So that's what it's able to store. But this one is able to store 1600. And we have 4 of them, so we can store 6400 natural gas, which we're gonna need a few of these to store all the natural gas. It's just how it is, but we'll need all this natural gas eventually. That's why I'm not cracking it down yet. Plus, I can't crack it down because I don't have a fluid ID for that yet, which I can make the fluid ID. I just am not making the fluid ID because I'm waiting for the polymer one. Now, the thing I'm concerned with is that our actual boiler is about to overflow. And that's probably gonna happen if I don't deal with heavy oil, which I need to deal with right now. I need to deal with it. We'll deal with the heavy oil in the exact same way as we're dealing with the other stuff. This is just better than the actual, the aluminium ones, the rubber, the plastic, the safe TM storage. Those ones are not as good as these, actually. These are like way better, because I think those ones hold like 12,000 or 1,400. I think it's 12,000. Stop it. Give me this. I gotta fix the problem before we explodicate the oil boiler, which is currently overflowing almost. It's on the way to overflow. Which this one's gonna go next. So we'll wait for that one to go. Boom. We need more fluid tanks. Oh. Is this gonna overflow soon? Or is it? No, I don't think it is. Okay, it'll be a minute before that overflows. This guy's got 4, which is enough to make 8, which is what we need. Can I turn this off? The only way I could turn that off is by cutting its power. So now we have enough to make everything else. which is amazing. I'm actually very happy about this. Well, of course I'd be happy about this because it's important. It's stuff we gotta do. That's what's going on there. We're making that, and then we need coal, and probably the thing's gonna explode at some point today. The boiler. It's gonna explode with 1,600 milliliters of oil, which is 16 buckets of oil. A lot of oil. It's a little sad, but it's gonna happen today. I'm thinking because, well, we didn't have polymer to start out, but now we have polymer, and then if it explodes, then I have a reason to replace it with the actual good boiler, which is not able to explode. So we have all 8 of the ones that we need now, which is amazing. Also, we gotta put away these garbages that we have collected. We have pull rings, winding keys, empty cans, garbage. What we're gonna do today now is finish up the arc furnace, which just needs 8 of these. We'll not put in all 9. What if it accidentally takes an extra one or something stupid? So here goes the arc furnace. Or the assembly machine making the arc furnace, which I don't know how the arc furnace works. Pretty sure it pours out this stuff, and it works kind of like the crucible. So that's how that probably works, kind of. It's big, isn't it? How big is it? It's massive. This is a big machine. A really big machine. Okay, then. I have to say, I do really like this machine, though. The way it looks is, absolutely outstanding. So we'll go ahead and take care of what it needs to do now, which is getting it energy for heating and stuff. So to get it energy to heat up, I think it needs to preheat. It's probably like an oven. So we should only need the graphite ones for this, but that's going to be a bit of a pain because to make graphite, we got to go do that whole process again that we made earlier this episode. This is why graphite is actually not useful for making wires. You shouldn't make carbon wires. You should just make the coke and the graphite when you need electrodes. So we also need to do a actual template, or like not template, a thingy for this. It needs a mold, basically. So it needs a foundry mold for billets, which is pretty simple. I just got to place this down here, boom. And then I also need to place down. I need to make the actual mold itself. And how do we make billets? Well, we just take steel ingots, I think you can make billets of steel ingots, I think. Right? No, I can't. Oh, can I make nuggets? No, you can't. Okay. What about, it has to be uranium then or something. I don't have those. So we need to do 2 pieces of uranium ore to actually make this happen. Because it needs a billet, and a billet is 6 nuggets. And you can make that perfectly with 2 of those. You'll get 3 billets. Okay, so with our 4 pieces of uranium, we're gonna go ahead and make billets, and that's literally all we did to get there is get uranium, make billet, and this is not for anything else. Just making billets, just literally for making billets right now. You later on will need this for stuff, but like right now it's just for making billets because you can't make billets the other way. Which I mean, makes sense because you wouldn't want to add a bunch of recipes for making billets. It just wouldn't make sense. Okay, moving on. How do we? You can't make it with this. Are you what? Oh, what? Are you what? Hold on a second. Yes, it should take a uranium billet, so it's a tier 1 anvil uranium billet. This is tier 3 anvil uranium billet. It works. You just need 1. Okay, that's just a rookie mistake. Boom, that's done. And we just need bolts. Or at least I thought I need bolts. I thought I need bolts. What do I need this time? I need to find out how to make an electrode. That's what I need to do, is find that out. It is just a bolt. It's just a steel one. That's actually really cheap. What? Okay, we'll use the steel bolts then. I was gonna use the tungsten ones, but steel bolt is better than tungsten. Okay, let's go ahead and make those. And that's the 3 electrodes we need. And these are just gonna go in the top, which I want to go up on top to see that happen. That's gonna look cool. So you see these have like 3 holes up here. Well, this is for when you put one in, it goes in the hole. So like 1, 2. That looks really cool. 3. Wow. That's a bit of a machine, isn't it? That's a machine. I was liking this machine before. I'm liking this machine now more. What is this thing? Can I get inside of this? I think I can get inside of it. But first, let's go ahead and get some sand, so we can get ready to do the sand stuff. And then we'll go inside. Well, you can kind of go inside of it. It's not like you can go fully inside, but yeah, you can look inside of it. It's got an interior, kind of. And if you put all that in, it's got fire, and it seals off. And oh my gosh, I don't like this at all. It's vibrating, bro. And it doesn't use too much energy. I'm actually a fan of this machine. It's actually amazing. I like this machine. This is my favorite machine right now. This thing here. And the electrodes are melting. And that is... And it gives us silicon nuggets. What the heck is that? Huh? Now you don't want to run it again, because they are already really hot. So you got to give them time to cool off, I think. So when they're visually cooled off, you can run it again. With the Dash ones and the Saturnite ones and the Lanthanium ones is a bit different. I bet it takes less time on those. So we'll go ahead and use a screwdriver and switch out this thing for making billets instead of cast steel plates. What the heck is that? Oh, come on. I don't even have a shovel now. Oh, you can just turn the nuggets straight into wafers. So I'm guessing we'll go ahead and run this a few times. They're not visually cooled down, but I'm pretty sure they don't cool down at all. So, like, once they've been used, they'll just stay that hot for, like, a very long time. Well, let's give it a shot and see what happens when we just fill the thing up again. Put in some more in there. See what happens now. Just give it a few minutes and it's gonna run out of energy eventually, I think. But I don't think if we're running it this often, it's not gonna do that. Oh, it is running out of energy. Dang, it does consume a lot of energy. But it's not enough that it's gonna, like, go and just run out of energy. That took a lot of actual durability off the electrodes that time. It took way more. 22 silicon nuggets. And we're doing this for microchips or whatever. And then when we get these, we gotta get a printed wafer thingy. So that is gonna be bricks and some other stuff. So that will actually be pretty simple. And I'm gonna just throw all this garbage into here and all this garbage into here for now. But what we're gonna focus on now is the simple part of making those. So 1, 2, 3 bricks, and then some titanium, I think, which should do the trick. So this is the silicon process. Boom, printed silicon wafer. Nice. That is so easy compared to Greg Tag. Greg Tag is suffering when you do that. I can just stamp these ones. Amazing. But we're making the fluid ID, which requires integrated circuit made from microchips, which need insulators. And I don't actually have easy way of getting insulators, so I have to make the insulators the old-fashioned way using wool, which really sucks. It is the worst way of doing this, because I gotta make the wool, and I gotta make the insulators, and then it's just, that's it. But that's all we need. We need 4 of these. And then we have wires, which we have the copper wires, so that's amazing. And then we just can make these. Easy peasy. And that's only 2. I only had 2 bowls. That's right. Gotta make more. So this is more silicon wafers. And I'm guessing that silicon gets even dumber. More ridiculous in the future. Which I don't want to know about that, but that's probably how it is. So it's 4 of those, 4 of those, and 4 of those. Which is pretty easy. Just gotta give it a second, and it does that. And it's gonna make 1 of them, which is not enough. But that's the integrated circuit board. Done. And that's the fluid ID. Done. So that is the entire process of doing silicon stuff. It is, it is not fun. But this machine is pretty cool. I like this machine. Like, this is my new favorite machine right now. Like, I'm just looking at this thing. Like, and I think it is cooling down. Like, Like, if you use these too much, I think they will explode a case. Like, when this durability hits 0, bad stuff happens to them. So, we gotta let them cool down first. And once they're cooled down, then we should use them. Because then, they won't have to, be as damaged each time. Because, like, the higher they are, the more damage they're gonna get, clearly.